Hello, my name is Micah Perkins. I'm with Edmond Counseling Professional Development, and I wanted to do this really short video to try to help people make sense of all the letters that they find after a person's name whenever they're trying to find a mental health professional here in Oklahoma. So the first things that you might find behind a person's name are PhD and PsyD. So this just stands for Doctorate of Philosophy and Doctorate of Psychology. So this is this person's education level, that they have a doctorate degree in one of these two particular areas. In Oklahoma, you have to have a doctorate degree in psychology to be a PhD or a PsyD before you can be a licensed psychologist. So that's something that you're going to look for, is that it has that phrase licensed psychologist on their business card or on their website. Now, a psychologist in Oklahoma can do all different types of things. They may do professional counseling, they may do psychological testing, they may also teach university classes. If a person is wanting psychological testing, let's say you have a child who has ADHD and you really, or a child that you wonder if they have ADHD and you're really wanting testing to try to see if that's what's going on or if it's something else, then you'll want to go to a psychologist, a PhD or a PsyD, to get that psychological testing. You may also want psychological testing to determine like an intellectual disability, like an IQ score, or other types of things like that. So psychological testing is with a psychologist, a PhD, or a PsyD. Other letters you may find are MS, MA, MED, or maybe even MHR. This again is just educational level, so this is a Master's of Science, Master's of Arts, or a Master's of Education, or Master's in Human Relations. So in Oklahoma, by law, a person has to have at least a master's degree in a counseling related field before they could be a mental health professional counselor, provide professional counseling here in Oklahoma. Here are other letters that you might see: LPC, LMFT, LCSW, or LADC. The L just stands for license, so it's a licensed professional counselor, a licensed marriage and family therapist, a licensed clinical social worker, and a licensed alcohol and drug counselor. So the vast majority of professional counselors, mental health therapists in Oklahoma are LPCs, so that's the one that you will typically find the majority of. LPC is a very general license in that they can work with children, teens, adults for a variety of different problems with depression, anxiety, all types of different stuff. So it's really dependent upon that therapist's experience and their own clinical training on who they can ethically work with. They may work with people who deal with substance abuse, they may do couples counseling. So again, it's just dependent upon that person's training and their own clinical experience on who they can work with. LMFT, licensed marriage and family therapist, that is a professional that has more specialized training in marriage and family therapy, but they may also see people for individual counseling for depression, anxiety, so it doesn't have to just be marriage and family therapist. But again, it's dependent upon their own experience and their own training on who they can see. LCSW is, again, a pretty general license in that they may work with children, teens, adults for a variety of issues, just depend upon their own particular training and their own clinical experience. LADC is a licensed alcohol and drug counselor, and so they have more training experience working with people that deal with substance abuse problems. Here in Oklahoma, you might see an LADC-MH. The MH just stands for mental health, meaning that they have specialized training in working with people that deal with other issues besides substance abuse, such as depression or anxiety. So all of those people provide professional counseling, and so they're people that if you want to go sit with someone for 45 minutes or an hour and talk about what's going on in your life, they would be the people that you would go find and that you would talk to. Another term that you might hear is under supervision. So you might have somebody who is, let's say they tell you that they are an LPC, licensed professional counselor candidate, who is under supervision. So what that means is that they have completed all the educational requirements that they need, and that they just need to get the experience requirements, and then they also need to take a test. So whenever a person is under supervision, they see clients and then they meet with what's called their supervisor, their licensure supervisor, and they talk about their clients, their caseload, what's going on with their clients, just to make sure that they are on track with what their clients need. So they're not licensed yet, but they are in the process of becoming licensed. Another term you might hear is a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is a medical doctor who has specialized training in providing medication management, psychotropic medication for people who are dealing with depression, anxiety, or other more serious disorders like schizophrenia or something like that. General practitioners, your pediatricians or your family doctors, they may provide medication for depression, anxiety. It just really depends on their training and on their comfort level. Some of them will go ahead and refer out to a psychiatrist rather than doing that. So if you have depression, anxiety, you may check with your general practitioner first to see if they would like to prescribe medication for you, or you may want to go ahead and look for a psychiatrist, or they may refer you to a psychiatrist. Also, psychiatrists may have physician assistants or nurse practitioners that work in the office with them that are prescribing medication underneath the license of the psychiatrist. It's important to note that the medical doctor is the only one that can prescribe medication in Oklahoma. So if you're going to an LPC or an LADC and wanting medication to help deal with depression, anxiety, they cannot prescribe medication for you. A psychologist in Oklahoma cannot prescribe medication for you. So really you'll need to go to your general medical doctor, your family practitioner, or a psychiatrist if you're wanting medication to help you deal with these things. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please just send an email to hello, HELLO, at edmondcounseling.com. Also, please check out our website at edmondcounseling.com and check out our fantastic counselors there. We have a way for you to be able to schedule an appointment online that you can see their availability and read all about them. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.